returning from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jackson, first play, going to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to...
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Now it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there. No return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Room here to run. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Dobbins. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Jackson. Looking for Beasley. Got him on the slant. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. Flush to his right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They'll run here with Edwards. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's going to be pretty tough for them to match their efficiency, Charles, at that last possession, needing only the 1 play to find the end zone on the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, they got that together collectively, didn't they? Total group effort. Although the guy toting the rock, he gets all the credit. It was blocked up so well. The only thing stopping him was running into the goalpost in the back of the end zone.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Taylor. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Giants had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And some room to work. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, 57 yards. And the Giants have moved out in front. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point try good by Gano. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson flushed out right. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 8. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds here. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Dobbins will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Tucker now to add the point after. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the... There he goes, right side. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to have it here just past the 25. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offensive coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Let's get that ball, Steve. Let's get that ball. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Shit, watch the shit. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
On 2nd and 11 now. Taylor. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
19 Tiger.
49. Right here.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Taylor steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Taylor will throw again. Flush to his right. Taylor hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Play action. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From midfield now, here's Taylor. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Forced out to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Taylor's throw taken in by Jarwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now Taylor on first down. Flushed out right. And finding the tight end Rudolph. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So the big gain, all for naught for the offense. That yellow flag is going to bring it back.
Oh, what a tough look for the offense because they see all that yardage lost and that ball's walked back and then some behind the original line of scrimmage.
So the illegal forward pass also cost them a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Taylor. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Taylor to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. The Sanders has got it complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers getting together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Escape. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 3rd now in New Orleans. The gap's getting wider there. The Saints have scored again. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. This time Taylor will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. Kadarius Toney, 71 yards. Gano now to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And some room to roam now. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll buy some time right. And this is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Jackson now. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. On third down, Jackson. And he's got his man here, Beasley. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. It'll be first and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. 159 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. It's Barkley on the counter. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down. To throw is Taylor. Flush to his right. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Going for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 18-yard line. On 3rd and 1, it's Taylor. This one goes out wide for Barkley. He's going to have the first down and then some. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Barkley trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Barkley again. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley taking it in from a yard out. And the Giants answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. His kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Jackson to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jackrabbit Jenkins. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Boy, 196 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous. All day long. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Warriors 70. Twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS. Panther Street. Panther Street.
They'll go to Barkley again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Now it's Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Jackson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And he will step out of bounds, but not before he's all the way across the 50. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And that is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dexter Lawrence in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments?
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jackrabbit Jenkins. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career. And he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula's not working. 202 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. Taylor to a knee, and that ought to just about do it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for the Giants, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.